What brought me back to Florence was really the Upward Bound program. Of course, my second mother, Dana Lawless-Andrick, helped place me into this role. And what I really loved about hearing about this role and wanting to be involved is that students that came from the same background, overall, that I could really relate to will be going overseas and at a younger age than I did. So I really wanted to help mentor and guide them throughout their experience abroad, which really inspired me because there were some excellent students, excellent candidates that got the chance to come here and to help pave the way for future generations like this is what really prompted me to want to help out and help develop a foundation for such a program like this.
The value of study abroad is more than just studying. It's about experiencing, living, seeing. You get to learn all these things you never thought were possible, see all these things that you never thought were there.
What brought me to Florence was the history and the beauty of the city. I've been in it for about a month now, and every turn still, even if I've been on the road before, there's something new to take out from it.
Coming to Florence has changed me in many ways because just leaving high school, because I will be entering Kent State as a freshman this fall, and being on my own and grocery shopping by myself for the first time and just living on my own, all that is definitely something that I can say has definitely built me up as a person, so to speak.
What have I studied here? Italian and Roman achievement.
I've taken 2 classes, elementary to Italian 1, basically learning the language, and the history to the Italian Mafia, which is kind of frightening but interesting at the same time.
I'm taking elementary Italian 1 with Nicoletta, and I'm also taking the history of the Italian Mafia.
Personally, I know that each and every one of them has developed a sense of independence while being here. Because the first week I tried to, guide them through the city. We went to a lot of the main attractions, and I tried to give them a sense of direction while in the city. And throughout these past 4 weeks, I've kind of weaned them off of me so that they can have a little bit more independence. And going into their freshman year, I know that this was vital because, if they can't function in another environment like this, then I know it's going to be pretty difficult to adapt. So I know a transformative personal aspect that has been changed in the students is their independence and being able to guide themselves in a different environment.
Living in Florence, it's different because I've never really been on my own. I've always been under my mom.
I learned that I can do a lot of things that I didn't think I could do before. I'm not a very talkative person, as you can see, and I actually asked for directions in Italian. I asked, can I have this? How much this costs? Being
around other cultures and being embraced by another culture, it just makes you feel like maybe being your own culture isn't just as good as it seems. Maybe you need to be more open to other people and try and embrace somebody else's culture, because why not?
About myself, I learned how to become independent. I've learned to communicate with cultures, to get out there and learn the language and talk to people and just meet and see amazing things.
Academically, a lot of the students were, already top of the line. The very, very intelligent, always on their academics. But what transformed them is actually seeing the material that they're covering as soon as they cover it. So being able to experience right after seeing it in a book, which we don't really get to do a lot of in the United States because, everything that's historically significant is kind of spread out. So I know academically and personally I know they've transformed a lot while being here for only a month.
I learned how I want to live when I have my own.
I think just being here in general has changed me because when you grow up in a small town like Ohio, you don't really get to see all the amazing things like the history, the building, the artworks, and it's awesome to be here.
It gave me the idea of having an open mind no matter what you're told, having no expectations about something and going in just blind, letting yourself experience everything as it happens.
While I've been in Italy, I've definitely seen a big culture change, immaculate, just beautiful architecture as well.
I went to Rome and it was very enthusiastic for me.
Pisa. I've obviously seen this fabulous bridge more than once.
We've gone to Viareggio and spent the day at the beach.
And other small areas around Florence.
Siena is my favorite place.
seen the Colosseum, we see the Pantheon, we see Duomos, we see a lot of Madonnas. They're everywhere.
Culturally, I think that they've been experiencing a lot of difference. I think that they definitely are starting to pick up cultural aspects from here that they really want to implement back home. I believe that this kind of fosters the idea that if I can live in Florence, if I can live in Italy, not necessarily by myself, but a little more independent from my parents, and there's no way they can help me, then I know that I can do this when I go to college.
I've become more in tune with me and more in tune with my mental capacity, more in tune with my artistic self, because for a long time everybody convinced me that being artistic wasn't the way to live. It's not how you make money. But when you're doing what you love, how can somebody tell you money is more important? How can someone tell you that being a dancer or a writer or an artist or an architect, that it's not important when it's clearly important? You see it in the facade of Santa Croce, you see it in the piazza, you see it in the frescoes, you see it in everything here.
When you're here, you don't feel a certain ethnicity, you don't feel black or white or anything like that. There's a huge diversity here. When you are here, you are an American. And that's definitely something that I feel America should get on board with.
I think just cultural-wise, how different it is. Just never been to anywhere that's just as openly embracing as Florence.
It didn't change what I like to do, but it changed my idea of what I could do.
You come here and you see all these beautiful buildings and all the history, and I'm just excited to just live all of it.
The birthplace of Western civilization, knowing about how it pretty much all our modern concepts come either from Greece or Rome, and it was wonderful being there.
It made me appreciate art more. It made me think that there's so many possibilities of international business and international communication.
I feel like it's just not exactly changed, but it made my dreams evolve. So I just want to help people more on a broader spectrum than I did before I got here.
My takeaway from this program in whole, overall, it's been amazing, and it's really kind of a, I don't want to say an allegory, but a metaphor for how life really works for me, because I've always heard that if something is difficult, then it's worth it. And I know our first 2 weeks here were development and foundational. So it was very difficult from financial aspects to, homesickness and trying to deal with that. But it's also kind of metaphorical of, the flourishment of this city. It's very, artistic to me how this program, is just a seed of what it can become. And after these 4 weeks, I know that it's going to become something very beautiful, and it's going to flourish and allow students for the next generation to be able to do something amazing, and hopefully it reaches more than just Kent State University, and a lot of the other students from other campuses will be able to, take advantage of this opportunity.
I definitely think it's something important, and I honestly think that it's something that all college students should experience, because studying abroad, it influences students' minds in ways that textbooks cannot. And from going to high school straight to abroad before even going into a university, it definitely influences students to have more open mind when they go to their college, and to gain independence and all those sort of things.
Do what you can, do anything you possibly can to do it, because it's an experience you do not want to miss in your lifetime. It will change you in the most positive ways.
Go to Florence, go to Italy, experience something outside of your comfort zone, because you'll never grow as a global citizen, as a student, as any kind of academic role if you don't experience something outside of what you're used to in your country and your state. And anything that's regular is not going to change you. It's not going to transform you. And I think my testimony can be reflective of that. So go and experience, do something outside of your comfort zone.
Last words, definitely when you get here, have fun.
Do not come with expectations or ideas of what's going on. Have an open mind, and make sure to enjoy yourself while you're here. Have fun, and always communicate with people.
To be humble, you have to be open, you have to be ready to embrace success.
Try your hardest, and if you come here, just live in the moment. Never like pass anything because you're too tired. Just push yourself to like see more, because every corner it's a new adventure.
I would say be open-minded.
Definitely don't be afraid. Definitely come here with an open mind. It's okay to not know the language. People will help you. People here are extremely generous, and everything will be okay.
Stay open for opportunities. Always ask questions. They want to help you. Don't be scared to talk.
I'm Julissa Capel. I'm from Ravenna, Ohio, 2014 graduate.
My name is Isaac Talley. I'm 18. I'm from Canton, Ohio.
My name is Tajay Anderson. I'm 18 years old, and I'm from Lorain, Ohio.
My name is Rachel Tiffany Brown. I'm from Ravenna, Ohio, and I'm 18 years old.
I'm Dennis James Meacham. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Barberton, Ohio.
Ciao.